Okay, so this is a more advanced exercise. This is one that you're gonna need to use all of your skills for, probably, at least most of them. But it's really helpful to really strongly encourage, if not force, a better brain-body and mind-body connection, because you're gonna be having pretty much all your weight in one leg, and there's not much you can do with the other leg. You're still gonna be able to use it to anchor and stabilize, but you won't be able to cheat with it the way you could if you didn't have your leg in this position. And there's multiple aspects, multiple angles you can do this from. But the first and foremost thing you need to consider is safety. You need to make sure that you have a nice sturdy wall and that you have a nice sturdy chair, or perhaps if you have a couch or a bed that is close enough to a wall that you can reach both, you could potentially use a combination of those. But chairs are more portable, so this is usually, probably in most cases, gonna be the easiest option. Just make sure your chair is sturdy and steady, it's not gonna tip over. This one's pretty solid, although this pad's a little squishy, so consider that as well. All right, so here we go. So I'm gonna stand here at the wall, scoot down a little bit here. All right, so I wanna make sure that my chair and everything is the right distance. I don't want to be hopping around on one leg to adjust. So if you do need to adjust, make sure you bring your leg down beforehand so that you don't trip yourself up or lose balance and fall or hurt yourself. All right, so I'm going to have my hands on the wall. I'm going to start in the easiest one, which is just simply reaching back, getting my foot down. Notice I'm pointing my toes out. I'm on the top of my foot here. Okay, now make sure that you're not holding your leg up there, because you probably, especially on your weaker leg, will get cramping in your hamstrings or even in the calf or the foot muscles. We want to actually maybe tension into the table. I'm going to tension back in my glute like a mule kick here, but I'm also going to tension down as I push with my quads just a little bit and get out of my hamstrings, get out of my calf, get out of my foot muscles, at least the ones on the bottom that tend to scrunch up and cramp. So I'm going to stabilize here on the wall. I've got two hands at the moment. I want to make sure I'm adjusted. Now I can, if the chair's deep enough, I can go move my foot farther back rather than having to like move everything and slide. That can be an option too. But I want to make sure that my leg's not going to run into the chair here. I have some freedom to control. Now I'm going to pretty obviously feel that my weight is pretty much forced into my left leg. So those of you who are familiar with the Bulgarian split squat, that's basically this, where the back leg is supported like so. But your weight is entirely in that front leg. So it really stimulates that brain-body, mind-body connection there. So I'm gonna go into I'm gonna sit in my hip, like a split squat, lifting up here. Of course, this could be progressed as you feel comfortable. No hands, even weights in the hands. Just make sure you don't headbutt the wall here. And keep your arch secure, keep your hips secure. Channel everything up and down through your body and really kind of get that feedback, right? Now, I can go up too. So just make sure you're not overarching your back. You can push into the wall, get that core. You can reach one hand up, maybe like shift lift on the same side, right? Or I can use my opposite hand and come across that way, right? I can start to get in some yoga things. You may not be able to see this in the frame right now, but I can bring my arms out one way and the other. I can turn my head one way, turn my head the other. I can bring both arms across as long as I'm anchoring on the wall and stable and not gonna slide or fall. I can come across here, I can anchor off the wall, reach, I can do all kinds of things, but I need to make sure that I'm stable and strong in my stance, like in control, and then I can do things in bending and lifting and all that, so I can simulate a lot of things there. Now the other option, even more advanced, is if you actually keep your leg there and you're able to kind of roll your leg. Now be careful, you don't want to twist your knee here. So again, maybe better to get your foot down and then come up. Just make sure you don't put any weight here. You don't want to overstrain your knee here. But now I'm in more of a side position. So again, I can reach, and you can't really see it, but I can do things like that. I can turn. Again, I'm going to turn around here. Maybe I'm going to angle out that way. Might have to reposition my chair as well. So I might block your view here a little bit, but I'm going to point my toes to my left here and get there. So now I can reach across my body and do things. I can open my chest. I can do all kinds of things. So in a way, this is kind of like a modified or hybrid yoga situation where you can really work your hips and your body in different orientations and different elements, kind of combining them and putting them together, kind of mixing and matching. And that will give you a lot of freedom to fill in those gaps and really kind of get much stronger connection between your brain and your body, and really build that higher level strength and balance and control that you might be struggling to reach, because you will definitely feel that.